It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Charges have been laid after drivers on the M1 Pacific motorway were threatened with a replica gun. A 35-year-old man is accused of leaning out the passenger window of a car driving from Newcastle to Sydney and pointing the pistol at several motorists. A number of 000 calls were made, with police stopping the car at Normanhurst in Sydney's north. The mercury is set to soar in the Hunter today, with most areas to climb into the low 40s. Toronto is tipped to reach 43, while Bulahdelah is expecting a top of 44 degrees. A cool change won't arrive until much later tonight or early tomorrow. Rural Fire Service Commissioner Shane Fitzsimmons says conditions are extreme.
Today we're going to see right across New South Wales very hot temperatures, very dry conditions, very strong northwesterly winds, bringing that hot air mass down from Central Australia.
There's a fresh pollution concern at Bullaroo, again involving the former Pasminco smelter site. A milky plume is running from the site into Cockle Creek and eventually flowing into Lake Macquarie. The Environment Protection Authority and council staff have taken water samples and have launched an investigation. Port Stephens residents living around the Tomaree Peninsula will experience television outages today while antenna upgrades are carried out. There'll be an outage window between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. while the work is completed on the Port Stephens transmission site and tower at the Gangan Lookout to improve digital TV reception. NBN broadcast engineer Stephen Brown says the upgrade is the first stage of the project, with more works being undertaken, including 2 new transmission sites at Wallaroo and Bulahdelah.
This is part of a major grade project for coverage in the area. We're also bringing online a couple of new transmission sites as well that the viewers will be able to use if they suffer from any sort of interference or have poor reception. People can then decide which is the best site for them to use.
Trains on the Newcastle line are still failing to reach benchmarks for running on time. An Auditor General's report found 87% of services ran on time last financial year, below the government's target of 92%, while a growing number of intercity trains, including those from Sydney to Newcastle, are running late compared to a year ago. As the Hunter warms up this week, Safe Work is reminding workers about the importance of working safely in the heat, especially outdoors. The impact of heat on a worker increases the chances of injuries by reducing the ability to concentrate, recognise risks and communicate effectively. Safe Work New South Wales Hunter Region Team Coordinator Lisa Foley is encouraging managers and staff to work together to minimise the effect of the heat.
Well, in general, obviously in the summer it's significantly hotter. Our biggest concern is the potential for heat stress or heat illness as a consequence of working in hot conditions, particularly where both the workers and the employer haven't managed those risks well enough.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club.
Back rower Brady Smith will be seeking a spot in the Newcastle Knights top grade side now he's been promoted to the NRL squad for pre-season training. The 20-year-old is known at the club for his dedicated work ethic and is hoping to bring his hard-working style to the top grade. Smith has received a number of honours for his efforts both on and off the field, balancing his football commitments with a full-time trade and night study at Hunter TAFE. Potential investors are set to get an inside look at the Newcastle Jets' financial position, with investment bank UBS stepping in to help the sell of the A-League club. UBS has been commissioned to produce an information memorandum for interested parties, but they'll only have access to the information after signing a confidentiality agreement. And in golf, tournament favourite Adam Scott is the outright leader at the Australian Masters in Melbourne after a first-round score of 7 under 64, while Aaron Townsend and Ed Steadman are the best of the Hunter contingent, with both at 8 shots back and 1 over the card. That's sport. I'm Georgia Moylan.
2 NURFM News Time 26 to 9.